Hey guys! Welcome to the Adventures. So today we're going to talk about a topic that's not really covered very much, I feel like, in the trucking industry, on social media. Yeah, it's covered generalized over social media, but really about our industry. We're going to call it mental health. And why is it so difficult for drivers to maintain good mental health? There's huge studies and statistics that talk about this, and depression rate in truck drivers is rising, and it's really tough. So, one of that is because we work in the top 10 dangerous and deadliest jobs in the world, not just the country, but in the world. And so it ranks typically in the middle zone, but if you're a specialized hauler, maybe a heavy hauler or oversized loads, a lot of times that's number one. So no wonder you feel the pressure and the weight of this job and this lifestyle. And a lot of that comes with a lot of things, and one of those is because the fatality rate is so high. And that could become a lot of things. That could be accidents, it could be health related things like heart attack. It is shown, there's so many studies that show, just Google it, heart conditions with truck drivers is so much higher. I'm going to say that has to do with some with dietary and exercise, but also just the stress load that we're put under.
I heard somebody make the statement the other day that 2020 versus 2021, there was a 10% increase in vehicle fatalities. Why would that be? Because the stupid people were at home. They weren't out here getting in our way. And that is very stressful, having to deal with people who don't care about their life. They don't care about your life. All they care about is doing what they want to do. Like Willow Jean says, I just do what I do.
So honestly, that just shows it really isn't always trucker. Is there bad truck drivers? Of course there is, but there's bad drivers, and no matter what they drive. But the majority of truck drivers are very safe, and just remember that it is a specialized trade, there's extra training, and so on. So you guys, it is a tough job to endure if it's ranked that high in the dangerous and deadliest jobs. So also another job that ranked really high, but they have their own specialized training, is first responders. So let's talk about that. First responders, we know, run towards a crisis in a situation, and they have a lot of training in that. And so we see that in a lot of accident scenes. And we probably see just as many accidents as first responders do.
3 tire fires in the last week, but you see a big cloud of smoke up the road, you don't have any idea what it is until you get there. It could have been somebody ran off the road, but there's nothing in the trucking industry that prepares you for what you're going to see. There's nothing that prepares you for how you're going to deal with people who have no value for their life or yours.
Yeah.
That's something that you have to work through on your own.
Yeah. And so as first responders, when they're reporting to that scene, they're kind of being told ahead. That's a dispatcher's job to gather information from the scene of that accident. So that way the first responders could be prepared when they show up on that scene, and they are already starting to mentally deal with it and prepare their minds for what they're going to see. We don't get that luxury as truck drivers. We come around a curve, come over a hill, and boom, you're seeing it. You just are taking it in right away. And I know for us personally, we're seeing accidents sometimes every day. Sometimes we're seeing a fatalities type situation where it's just a major accident once a week, sometimes more than it just really depends. It's a lot, and either which way, over time, after all the miles, all the years, that really starts to weigh on your mind. And for us, since we run a dedicated route, you can't not happen to see those skid marks where the road's tore up, that little white cross on the side of the road. Then daily on the route, it's a reminder of what took place there.
Up and down the 95 corridor every day from Hagerstown to Orlando and then back. 95 corridor is just a crazy mess of road. I mean, it has a lot of people that are not very good drivers. I know there's worse places, but
there's a lot of vacationers and people that are traveling.
Yes.
All the snowbirds are starting to migrate.
You definitely know when the holidays here, that's for sure.
Yeah. But so other things that come into play with that is, think of all those travelers, all those cars, all those accidents, all of the things that you pass, the cities, the bridges, all that stuff equals your mind to start to become overstimulated and overwhelmed. And so a lot of times, all those long hours that's a lot of stimulation. And then you probably add your coffee and your caffeine, your energy drinks, your soda pops, your cigarettes, all those things that then take that overstimulation and take it to the next level.
Yep.
And if you're not mindful, you start to get tired and you probably keep drinking caffeine right up into bedtime. And then you're wondering why you're not sleeping good. And you can't sleep well because you put all these stimulants into you. And then you have all these headlights and your cab lights and all of these lights, and on the highways these blue lights are popping up. I don't know. That really activates the mind.
I smoke one, she doesn't. I drink soda every day, at least 3 times a day. And you got to have your Dr. Pepper at 10, 2, and 4. I mean, you just got to have it. You got to have it for breakfast. You got to have. I'm getting ready to pop one open as soon as we get done with this video, and then there'll be another one for dinner. So, I mean, you just moderation and just keeping your mind sound. There's a study that shows if you read a Bible 4 times during a week, it decreases your chance of depression by 80%.
Yeah, so maybe that'd be one of the things that you try out. So,
and depression is really high in the trucking industry because you're here alone all the time, most of the time, most drivers.
Very isolating job, and so people lose relationships and friendships, and they just lose touch with reality, honestly, because you're in the truck, you're on the highway, you're hearing things on the radio, and now with social media right on your phone, you can see things, but there's a huge difference, and there's a huge gap that is between actually seeing it and living it. So you leave and you come back in today's world 1 month later, and there's a whole new town developed over here that used to be a farm, or there's a whole new warehouse over here, or something's tore down, or a new road put in. Stuff just happens so quickly. We're evolving so fast that you miss out on so much. Just even going into a regular grocery store or Walmart or just stores and being around people, it really is a culture shock for truck drivers, especially if you're living on the road. It's a huge culture shock. So you put all of that and you boil it down. No wonder the driver turnover is so high, because in no time at all, you're feeling burnt out, you're feeling lonely and depressed, and you've gained a lot of weight, and your health is just declining, and it's sit up, suck it. But I mean, no wonder. But all of our videos come to this, and it's about making your house into a home. That was last week's video. Check it out. Making it into a permanent situation, and eating good food, and like Scott said, making sure you're being mindful of things. So I exercise 3 to 4 times out of the week. That's to have an outlet for some of that stress. Get out of your truck. A lot of these truck stops have beautiful scenery once you leave the parking lot. There's little retention ponds and walking paths, and okay, maybe not at Love's and
workout rooms. Yeah.
TA and Petro is our favorite. It is one of the first truck stops in America that came about, and so they have a lot of good principles still in it.
I don't know. I went in there last week and stepped on the scale. It wasn't my favorite place to be at the time.
But maybe you don't even know that they have weight rooms in them right there for you. And then you go outside and there's a pond if you just get out. Like Kenley 95 has 2 retention ponds and a big field. And Davy Crockett on 81, like beautiful places. Get out of your truck stop, get fresh air, get to walking, even if it's for a few minutes, 5 minutes, you guys. It has a powerful impact. Roll down your windows, turn on some great music. Make sure you're putting boundaries and guardrails in place to protect your mind, so you're setting yourself up for success. That's what we've been talking about, setting yourself up for success in the trucking industry. So know that you have the odds stacked against you. So guys, know that it just takes a lot. So are you putting in the boundaries? Are you putting things? Are you... So many people, like we said this in our last video, and we've been saying this, like, want this to be a retirement job, or hey, this would be great, like, I don't like the career I am, and this, I can make money, I can change my future. All of that is good and well, and that comes with great intention. But one thing I think that is fallen wayside because of COVID and technology is talking to one another, doing life together. When we started our career, it was about mentorship. A senior driver would take you under the wing, or maybe a handful of them would, and they would be like, oh, don't do that, do this. And they would really watch out for you and protect you and help you and just be a helping hand and be there to talk to you. man, I know with COVID, even with FedEx, now we have an app. We don't even have to go in the building. We don't have to talk to no one. We don't have to see no one. We could go weeks with never talking to our boss, never going into FedEx, and just, we could shut everybody out and it just be me, him, and Willow.
Yep.
Like, it really, so make sure you're being mindful of those kind of things and find a mentor. You guys, we're open. Like, we love to mentor people and help set you guys up for success. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Go over there, send us a message, and we would love to chat and get to know you guys better and help you guys make this career a success. But if we weren't doing all of these things, the likelihood of us actually paying off our house would be next to nil.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
it would get to us, we would quit. But the thing is we've set up so many things in place. We're coming to you not just because we did some research and it sounded good. These are things that we have been doing and we're going to keep doing. This is our daily life.
And try to improve on. We're always trying to, we put up new lights this week. What'd you think about the puck lights? Yep.
Yeah, new lights.
A little brighter when we sit back here to eat dinner, because these two really didn't do anything.
Yeah, so just, we're always looking to improve and add value to life and make it the best we can. It's a hard job, we know that, but how can we make it better? And that's what we're trying to do. We want to pass it along to you guys so that you guys can live your best
And
life.
if you got any new tricks, let us know. I mean,
Yeah.
we're always open for learning new tricks and, anything to make the day go by better.
Yeah, but one thing's for sure, life is better together, and life is better when you have, great intentions. And for us, our faith helps us out a lot. And honestly, I don't know if we could really keep doing this if it wasn't for
It'd
the
be
cross.
a struggle.
Yeah, but guys, stay safe and enjoy the adventures. Bye.
Bye.